India-US ties over the years. 11th October 1949, just for people who think history only begins in 2014, Jawaharlal Nehru met US President Harry Truman. He referred to it as a goodwill tour, met with Senate House members and the Indian diaspora, much smaller then. 17 December 1956, Nehru meets US President Dwight Eisenhower, only world leader at the time to stay at Eisenhower's farm. This was Jawaharlal Nehru. US economic aid to India was doubled after the visit. 6 November 1961, Nehru goes to the United States on a state visit, meets US President John Kennedy, and they held multiple summits. It was a visit where Nehru was greeted rather euphorically, and Kennedy approved increased aid to India. Then we come to Indiragandhi, 27 March 1966. She meets US President Lyndon Johnson. This is, of course, against the food crisis in India. It results in increased US food and development aid. Eventually, of course, India broke away to have its own green revolution. 9 November 1971 was a significant visit. Indira Gandhi met US President Richard Nixon. That meeting was extremely frosty. The meeting was held just ahead of the India-Pakistan war, and famously, Indira Gandhi apparently didn't look at Nixon during the state dinner. Meet, remember, also was over the humanitarian crisis building in Bangladesh. 30th July 1982, Indira Gandhi met US President Ronald Reagan, signed an agreement on the Tarapur Nuclear Plant Corporation, signed an agreement of French uranium supply for the Tarapur power plant. 12 June 1985, Rajivgandhi met US President Ronald Reagan and became significantly the first Indian Prime Minister to address a joint Congress meet. Spoke of the IT revolution that was building up at the time. 31st Jan 1992, Narasimharao achieved a major breakthrough at the time. In a post-Cold War era, met US President George Bush, only Indian Prime Minister to meet at the time with George Bush. September 2000, Atalbiharivajpayee met US President Bill Clinton. This was a very important visit, addressed the joint US Congress session. It was against the backdrop, of course, of India having gone nuclear and India's seeming nuclear isolation. Instead, the two leaders signed a landmark next steps in strategic partnership. 18 July 2005, very significant, Manmohansingh meets US President George Bush at the time in the Civil Nuclear Cooperation Initiative. And this is where the defense ties were opened up, which we are now seeing Mr. Modi take to another level, and energy dialogue initiated. 24th November 2009, Manmohan Singh met US President Barack Obama. It led to the Indo-US strategic dialogue.